Sometimes you wake up with a thought that compels you to speak. And it's one of those times for me, it's like 2:30 a.m., close to it anyway. Um, and I had a thought about this book I read. It was called The Celestine Prophecy. It was about a search in Peru to find a mysterious ancient manuscript that would reveal 9 spiritual insights: synchronicity, energy, purpose, uh, evolution towards a higher consciousness, a spiritual truth, and a prediction of a mass spiritual awakening that would happen late in the 20th century. Kind of ironic, right? Then it brought me to what happened to me in the gym. I told you about the guy, Jose, that I met in the gym in December, who told me some things that about himself and the traumas and the death he had seen in Iraq War and I think Afghanistan War. He did multiple tours. Then I met him again about a few days ago, and he told me some more things about him, but also he said something about me that nobody knew. Then I said, "How you know that?" And then he said he knows things because he have had a visitation. And I didn't know what he meant. He said, "Look into my eyes." And they were 2 colors. And he said when he had that visitation, it changed him. So he knows things that he know. And again, sometimes these are amazing people. They just know. And that made me think about even Martin Luther King. I believe he had visitation because the things he did changed all of America to move in a different direction. And his famous "I had a mountaintop" speech, which happened the night before he died, and basically he was saying and predicting his death, that he may not be there to see all the changes. And that made me think even more when I was mentioning Jose to my son. He said, I had a visitation. And I said, "What?" And I just recently asked him again, what do you mean? Tell me how it happened. And he said, a light came in, and it revealed some things about the human nature, the body, and how it functions, how to stand right, and how to work with gravity. And then the thing about it, he touched 2 spots on my body, my neck, a spot on my neck and a spot on my chest, and pain shot through. And I said, "What did you do?" He said, "Because I had an encounter. I just know these things, and it taught me things about the physical body that makes me work with gravity." He said, matter of fact, everybody may be walking wrong and standing wrong and not working with nature the way that we're supposed to. Then it made me think about this too. Me, I didn't have a visitation, but I did have an encounter. I think thousands and thousands of people have had encounters with something that they can't make sense of. And this encounter happened when my son's mother was giving birth. And she just pushed out, seeing his head, it was coming out. As soon as he pushed out, the the room went into chaos. The nurse hurried up and cut his umbilical cord, cleaned his mouth out, and put my son in my hands as chaos ensued inside the room, the delivery room. And then they rushed her out. They rushed her out and grabbed my son. Everybody left me in there. And I'm looking around, I see blood, and I just see everything, and I'm wondering what's going on. At this time in my life, I wasn't a big Bible reading, but I had just read this. And I remembered it. And it was John 15:7, and it said this: if you abide in me and in my words in you, you will ask what you desire, and it will be done for you. And I said, save my son's mother's life. And then after that, a nurse came in, told me to go to the waiting room, and hours passed. Then the doctor came in, and she said, I didn't know nothing else to do. And my hands went in automatic pilot, and she said, young man, I don't know who you know, but somebody, something did something for you and your son. And I was baffled because she said her hands went on automatic pilot. So I think it's thousands and thousands of people who have these encounters, near-death experiences, witness things and know things. They just know what they know, but don't know how they know. Or had these visitations. And this reminds me of something that I read that leads to another thing like Celestine prophecy. One thing leads to another. I had just read this, that out of the billions of people, it's 8 billion people on this planet. 8 billion people on this planet. You see all the chaos, the hate, the wars, the death, the starvation, all over the world. And what this article read said, it's only 11% of the people that go to church, that call themselves believers, really believe with all their heart how to love and believe God with everything they know. Only 11%. And these 11% have more compassion, more connection, more courage, just like Martin Luther King. He went to the mountaintop, he knew. Even Moses, he had a visitation, came down from Mount Sinai with the 10 Commandments. These are the people, and there are people in our lives that will change this world. It's only 11%. The 89% are waiting on the 11%. And I got this message today. When the sky is its darkest, when it's darkest, and when you look up, you can see all the stars. That's the 11%. That's you. That's the individuals that is going to be part of the Great Awakening. That's going to help change this planet for the good. So all the darkness that we see, and we see where the darkness coming from, it's all about the greed, the guilt, the negativity, the hatred, the ego. But the 11% will shine bright and change this world because they have had encounters and visitations. That they know what they know, don't know why they know, but they will stand up and rise up just like the stars in the sky to change this world. And have no fear. It's coming. That's all I got to say.